Main problem was I was not able to find any trusted brand. I'm not able to trace कहाँ से है, क्या है, being very real.
तू अपने आप को किस तरीके से डिफाइन करेगा, एज अ फाउंडर या एज अ ओवरथिंकर?
Unless you're not an overthinker, you can't be a founder. Initially आप जब जाते हो तो pricing compare करते हो, but when you have the habit, when you
अंदर का इंडियन नहीं जाता। प्रॉफिट ज्यादा एक्साइट करता है या कोई मेरे ऐसे का कमेंट आ जाए कि क्या ही बना दिया भाई वो प्रोडक्ट।
अगर पैसा दे रहा हूँ 400-500, मुझे फिर भी satisfaction नहीं आ रहा है, what is the sense to pay?
क्या है ऑर्गेनिक इंडस्ट्री में जो कि अभी भी लोगों को नहीं पता?
So दो तीन चीजें हैं, and I'll not only particularly talk about organic.
सो हाय एवरीवन, मेरा नाम सुशांत अग्रवाल है एंड वेलकम टू द रॉ सेगमेंट्स। यहाँ पे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट एंड मेक टेल यू द स्टोरीज ऑफ द स्मॉल बिजनेसेस एंड maybe the real India, the farms and things like that. And
Majorly Indian farms, Indian indigenous.
तू बोल ले तो इसको जल्दी है। let's do one thing. Let's call him my friend Anirban and Anirban Roy. So I know him from like a month or so, and great person. Let's see उसकी story क्या रही है, and let's get to know about his brand, which is Daily Organics. And so he's a co-founder. Let's call him and फिर बात करते हैं इसके बारे
By
में।
the way, guys,
हाँ तू बोल ले फिर से।
he is not only the host, I'm also gonna be the host from the coming episode.
हाँ तो इसकी शक्ल भी देख लेना अब आप लोग।
Hi, thank you.
वेलकम भाई रॉ सेगमेंट पे। तो हम किसी भी सेगमेंट पे जंप करें उससे पहले मेरे को और हमारे व्यूअर्स को बताते हैं कि अनिर्बन कौन है, ठीक है? तो कौन है अनिर्बन, बताओ।
Sure. So I'll start from the very beginning. ठीक है?
मतलब हाँ तू जा भाई, चाइल्डहुड में जा।
हाँ नहीं, because it's very scattered across the country, even international.
हाँ परफेक्ट। और ये
Just like you.
ये वाली बकवास हमें करनी है तो डालो।
Sure. So yeah, my father, he is right now a principal. He was earlier a chemistry teacher in Sikkim. So मैंने अपना पूरा बचपन सिक्किम में गुजारा है. So I moved to Chhattisgarh when I was in class 8.
Okay.
Though I am not from Sikkim, neither from Chhattisgarh, I'm from West Bengal.
But ये क्या चल रहा है, मतलब आगे पीछे
Okay,
का?
so my father was doing a job there.
So you were born in Sikkim?
I born in West Bengal, but since my childhood, I have been to in Sikkim, like all my schooling and all.
Understood.
Then I shifted to Chhattisgarh, did my 9th and 10th in my father's school. Then 11th and 12th in Bhilai, another school. Then 12th was COVID. Then we started with the bachelor's. So I just went into Punjab for my bachelor's. So for the first 1 year, it was all COVID, though we have spent most of our time in the college. Thoda. But then, second year, I moved to Sweden for a semester exchange. So when I'll be jumping into Daily Organics, you'll get to know how this all started.
So what I want to understand here is, क्योंकि मेरा childhood slightly similar रहा है, not in this way, but जैसे मैंने स्कूल चेंज करे हैं मोस्टली मेरी हरकतों की वजह से, बट मेरे को ये समझना है कि जब तूने स्कूल चेंजेस करे बैक टू बैक बिकॉज ऑफ योर डैड शिफ्टेड या ट्रांसफर वगैरह जो था, तो वो किस तरीके से इम्पैक्ट करा? क्योंकि आई फील कि हम जब स्कूल चेंज करते हैं, एक नए सराउंडिंग में जाते हैं, नए लोगों से मिलते हैं, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं हम अडेप्ट करते हैं। वो चीज कैसे हेल्प करी तेरे को?
So again, because my base of childhood, like class 8 is again class 8 मतलब आप you are 12, 13, 14 age, right?
हाँ.
तब तक you have a good time already spent, मतलब you grew up a bit at least ना. मेरा base was solid because I spent most of the time with same people, right? Then I moved to a different place when I was in 9th, 10th. That was the maturity age when people try to grow. So I believe that was the great time for me to grow and understand how things happen, how things change. So everything happened in a great timing, perfect timing, and it went along the perfect way.
So you said that you went to Sweden, right?
Yes, when I was in the second year of my college.
So इसमें मेरे को एक चीज जाननी है स्पेसिफिकली, क्योंकि नॉर्मली हम सबके साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि जब हम कहीं बाहर मूव करते हैं एंड हमें पता है कि कोई पेरेंट नहीं है देखने वाला, देयर इज नो गार्डियन और एनीथिंग, तो हम सब एक गलत ट्रैक पे जाते हैं। ठीक है, अय्याशी करते हैं या वो सब रहता है, तो तेरे साथ वो चीज हुई या नहीं हुई, एंड क्यों नहीं हुई?
Everyone has the option, like everyone is having friends who have, like, who are in the right track or not in the right track. Everyone meets people who smokes, who don't smokes, who drinks, who don't drinks. I'm not saying जो
Personal
smoke
नहीं करना
करते
है।
हैं, हाँ, I'm not targeting particularly, but again, when you start smoking in your earlies,
हम्म,
you start going to a different direction. Then it also depends on you how you go in the what track. Smoking, drinking के बाद भी you get multiple channels to move ahead with. You meet with different people.
Right.
It can go to a drugging addiction thing, right?
True.
It also depends on you how
होता
you're
है, बात
taking
तो
it.
होता है, कॉमन है।
So I believe because I grew up in a stable place in my early childhood, so I have this thing कि मैं सही चीज select कर पाऊँ. So I never went to a wrong direction of at least this kind of cause.
सो इसका क्रेडिट डू यू थिंक कि तू अपनी फैमिली को देता है या अपने सराउंडिंग को देता है, मतलब
सब कुछ family तो obviously you can't
Okay.
take a credit from family for any of the thing. Your habits,
Makes
your
sense.
growth, your communication, because that depends on your family. Like the first thing comes is your family whenever you talk about anything.
ओके,
That's there. But then it also depends on you how you adapt thing. क्योंकि आप घर में मम्मी पापा से कुछ सुन रहे हो, टीवी में कुछ देख रहे हो, उसके बाद भी आप बाहर जाते हो, क्लास में बैठते हो बच्चों के साथ, दैट इज समथिंग यू आर मेकिंग अ चॉइस कि मैं किसके साथ बैठूंगा,
करेक्ट
राइट,
करेक्ट करेक्ट,
मैं किसके साथ खेलूंगा,
हाँ,
राइट, मैं कौन सा गाना सुनूंगा. So, yes.
ओके, बहुत हो गया। तो अगर मैं मतलब समझूं कि लेट्स से जैसे अभी तो तेरे पास डेली ऑर्गेनिक्स है, राइट, अगर डेली ऑर्गेनिक्स ना हो तो अनिर्बन कौन है? दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इवन आई बिलीव, क्योंकि when we work together, even I talk to our colleagues, and you know the same thing कि I have seen that bill कि I guess वो मेरे को उस एज में होती तो मैंने पता नहीं क्या करा होता, honestly. So ये चीज है।
Yeah. So yes, I believe I am one of those people who never, what I can say is, disrespect a role, because I worked with a lot of roles. I worked with a lot of people. I don't undervalue things. I think I try to get value out of everything. That's the best possible thing for any of the case you talk about. Learning,
Right.
studying, working. You're doing anything. That's the best
Okay.
case. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to understand why daily organics now.
Yeah, I'll come to the place then. How did it went from
So I want to
Sweden.
know why.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I went Sweden for a 6 months of program. It was a semester exchange. So when I came back, I hope you understand, Sweden is in Europe, right? So Europe is having a very high standard of food quality, living standards, right?
True.
People earn and they capitalize 40 to 60% of their funds for their living. So the simple thing is, if you're earning something, you should invest most of the amount on your life, and then comes your growth. If you're not having a good lifestyle, you'll not you'll be ill, you'll feel lazy, you'll be having pills that at the end will degrade your production quality, cost too much for your medications. So at the end, if you're saving 20%, you have to pay 40%. You go to 20 years back, 30 years back, people who were 60s, 70s, they were still working. Right now, who are 56, 60 are like near to, even like they are into so much of trouble in terms of diseases, diabetics, thyroid, ye, wo, ye, wo. We even of their child, we don't want them to work.
नहीं, आई थिंक मेरे को इतना एक्सपोजर नहीं है रूरल साइड का, बट जितना है, जितना मैंने लाइक जो हम बोलते हैं कोर इंडिया, जितना मैंने देखा है, मैंने कई में ऐसे लोगों से भी मिला हूँ, दे आर एजेड एंड दे आर लाइक टचिंग देयर 80s और 70s, बट वो स्टिल फार्म पे जा रहे हैं, स्टिल काम कर रहे हैं, है वो चीज भी।
There is this huge difference in rural and urban places right now.
हाँ, तो इसके ऊपर कोई स्पॉटलाइट डालना चाहेगा?
People right now are moving towards agriculture. We'll be talking a lot in this whole conversation. So people right now are moving to agriculture in their earlys as well, early 20s, early 30s. Okay, so they're running a lot in like 2x 3x of their salary just doing agricultural businesses and all organic, all clean, or all natural farming. Okay, so there's a lot on that aspect as well. So yeah, I'll just wrap it up how that I came up to daily organics.
Right.
Yeah, so when I came back from Sweden, because I have this habit of having good things, initially आप जब जाते हो तो pricing compare करते हो, but when you have the
True.
habit,
True.
when you
अंदर का इंडियन नहीं जाता.
नहीं, there are a lot of people who will still be having this thing कि यार आने के बाद भी वो कंजूसी रहती है. That's the
हाँ.
natural thing of Indian people. But yeah, कुछ लोग होते हैं जो समझ जाता है. I believe मैं वो था कि ठीक है, महंगा है तो क्या, अच्छी क्वालिटी भी है. तो आई गॉट दिस थिंग दैट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम आफ्टर कमिंग बैक. हाँ, मुझे जॉन्डिस हो गया विद इन नेक्स्ट 2 months.
हाँ, राइट.
जॉन्डिस लोगों को, कुछ लोगों को पता है, कुछ को नहीं पता. पीपल डोंट ट्रीट जॉन्डिस एज अ हाई डिजीज. लोग मर जाते हैं जॉन्डिस से.
True.
People turn yellowish, the whole body turn pale, and then they die as well.
Right.
So I started turning pale. So I was in my college, and I just saw my roommate told me, your eyes are turning yellowish. I've seen, and I booked a flight on the same night. I said, I am going. Bhad mein jaye college. I don't want to use that term, but yeah, I said like leave. Let's
Makes
leave.
sense.
Yeah. So the problem in universities these days are they don't give medical leave.
It's not just about the universities. We live in a corporate world, same thing.
No, but like, ठीक है, corporate में still it's good. I believe they have some kind of like, I still worked and I got ill with typhoid.
I have worked like in weird places.
I worked as well, but I believe I had a good experience with whatever place I worked with till now.
हाँ.
ठीक है.
Right.
So the main problem I faced in my college was they were like, even after मुझे तो हमारे college में एक hospital था, मुझे तो डॉक्टर टेस्ट दिखाने के बाद बोलता है कि you have a fever. उसने मुझे एंटीबायोटिक दिया. मैं उसको जॉन्डिस की वो दिखा रहा हूँ, वो मुझे वो दे रहा है 10 फीवर का मेडिसिन.
समझ गया.
ठीक है. एंड मेरी सबसे बड़ी गलती ये हो गई कि मैंने उस रिसिप्ट को फेंक दिया डस्टबिन में गुस्से में. ये पागल हो गया, मुझे वो नहीं फेंकना चाहिए था. द नेक्स्ट डे आई वेंट टू द चांसलर. ओके, so I said her the same story and she was like, no, you can't like make this statement to a doctor. And I was like, ma'am, it's my mistake. I threw the receipt. I should have that till now, and could have shown this to you. So jo bhi hai. So I went back to my home, and it was a 6 months of time when I healed. So for the first 2 months, again I was at a home, but hamare college mein again you have this attendance thing mandatory 30%, or else you won't be able to sit in the exams. So I was like, I have to go now because I can't. I just came back from Sweden. I have a few subjects where I need to sit for exams because semester exchange था. So हाँ, मैं आया वापस, but again as said 6 months लगते हैं minimum. You can't eat oil, you can't eat masalas and stuff.
Right.
So one time during a college break, like class break, my friends were having milk tea and मुझे भी लगी थी भूख. अब मैं खा तो नहीं सकता, मिल्क भी अलाउड नहीं होता है, किडनी लिवर इश्यूज, ठीक है, डाइजेशन इश्यूज. सो आई वाज लाइक ठीक है, लेमन टी. सो उसने क्या किया, उसने पूछा, मैंने उसको बोला चीनी नहीं डालिएगा. ही सेड क्या हनी डाल दो? तो बोला हाँ हनी डाल लीजिए. और मैंने उसको देखा पतंजलि का शीशी से.
Don't use the brand, okay? You're not gonna talk about brands here.
No, it's like it's there. How people think this. It's a lot of concepts in the web already. कि कितने brands हैं इंडिया में which are not which are banned outside. You talk about masalas. It's very open.
See, I know one thing about honey because मैं भी recently पौंडीचेरी से honey लेकर आया and that was organic, जो हम बोलते हैं ना. तो I kept that bottle for like 6 months. मेरा ज़्यादा use नहीं होता है and जो हम normal सुपरमार्केट से लेते हैं, और वो 6 महीने तक पड़ी रही. मैं भूल गया कि हनी है हमारे पास. एंड आफ्टर 6 months व्हेन आई चेक द जार और वो बॉटल, तो ब्रांड जो हमें नॉर्मल देते हैं उसमें शुगर का एक कोट पूरा नीचे आ गया था, व्हिच वाज 50% और 60% वाज शुगर एंड बाकी आई डोंट नो क्या था, सिर्फ वगैरह. एंड देन आई रियलाइज कि ये ज्यादा बेटर है. तो मेरे लिए तो ऑर्गेनिक वो फर्स्ट टाइम था कि
अगर वहां पे शुगर ना भी डाले ना, added sugar नहीं भी डाले, it doesn't make any sense. There are a lot of ways to like not show कि is it a real honey or a fake honey.
Right.
So हाँ, a lot of people have a lot of myth on honey. like again honey crystallized.
Coming back to your story.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Okay.
But yeah, so honey was the main thing, and because I was not able to have refined sugar as well, not allowed to have,
Okay.
no salt, no refined sugar. Okay, pink salt थोड़ा बहुत, sugar नहीं लेना, honey लेना, honey acts as a good one. गुड़ खा सकते हो थोड़ा सा, पुराना गुड़ is good. So हाँ, तो honey I just came back to my room and I was looking to Amazon for honey. Main problem was I was not able to find any trusted brands are like Patanjali, Dabur, Conscious, Wild Honey, blah blah. The issue is I'm not able to trace कहाँ से है, क्या है, being very real. यार मुझे डाबर ये हनी दे रहा है, बी भी ये हनी दे रहा है, सी ये हनी दे रहा है. अब अगर मुझे इसमें तीनों में मुझे पता है डाबर गलत है, बट मुझे ये नहीं पता ना बी गलत है कि नहीं, सी गलत है कि नहीं. मैं ट्रेस ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, मैं शुगर नहीं खा रहा हूँ, मैं उसके नाम पे ये खा रहा हूँ, तो फिर yeah, Conscious is a good
Okay.
brand, I heard, so it's reputed, it's better, I believe. I even ordered for my parents earlier, last year. So, हाँ ठीक है. In comparison, I can prefer, but even at that end, मैं अगर पैसा दे रहा हूँ 400-500 for a half kilo or a 1 kilo honey, मुझे फिर भी satisfaction नहीं आ रहा है. What is the sense to pay? Correct.
True. हाँ.
So we pay outside for good cafeterias because we have the satisfaction. This is hygienic. This is good quality, right? So मैं यहाँ पे पैसा देके मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा. So what is the sense? So that was the first clicking point. Then in 2024, 25, yeah. So I got ill twice, 2 continuous months when I was in the corporate with typhoid. Twice, 2 continuous months. So once, then I healed. I came back from my home. Then I got ill in a week again. So I was like, बुखार हो रहा है, I need to test once again. टेस्ट किया एक और बार आया. So I'm like, यार second time continuous आया है, so it's not a good sign. So I have to go to home that point. Doctor said you have to take a 2 months break now anyhow,
Okay.
or else it'll be serious. So
Okay.
I was like, ठीक है, अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते. I dropped out of my full time. That was the time again when I have these things in my mind, because you have to have good food, right? And then I saw my father is a diabetic patient, my mom is a thyroid issue, blood pressure to sabka hai. So I was like, there are a lot of documentaries, a lot of understanding. It's real that you do or do not do anything. आप खाना अच्छा खा रहे हो, सो ठीक टाइम पे रहे हो, या अच्छी नींद सो रहे हो, these things are very much sufficient. You don't need to go for like long tough exercises, gyms and yoga as well. Just do normal walking and have really good food and good sleep.
Makes sense.
Amount of sleep should be good. So if you are just doing these basic things, you'll be completely free out of all kind of diseases. So khana is a very primary thing other than sona. ठीक है, तो हाँ, तो मैं I was looking for millets for my parents and all. तब it all started with getting into a better place where, like, because Myntra is a niche on fashion, there should be a niche on clean and organic brands as well. Even if I'm not able to pay like very high 3x or 4x price of a normal product, I can pay 1.2, 1.5x for at least something satisfactory, right?
Right.
Clean, right? So there it all started about daily organics.
Okay. So if I'll specifically talk about food, क्योंकि तूने खाने की बात करी है ऐसे, तो ये तेरा खाने का पैशन था या जो चीजें हुई उनकी वजह से फ्रस्ट्रेशन थी? It's
both. Like, again, खाने का पैशन, I'm a good foodie. ठीक है?
That's what I want to understand, right?
But frustration से ज़्यादा it was like, it's a very, वो बोलते हैं ना, bare minimum चीज़ है. If I want to have food, that's a living standard. Food, air, water, right? पानी तो चलो बिस्लरी पी रहे हो, खाने का तो कुछ हो. ठीक है, तो अब खाने का कुछ हो, तो अगर कोई और नहीं कर रहा तो कब तक कोई और नहीं कर रहा, अगर किसी और का. ओके, सो वन ऑफ द थिंग्स, बेस्ट थिंग्स हैपन टू मी, एज आई सेड, कि मेरे साथ टाइम पे अच्छी चीजें, आई गॉट थिंग्स एंड आई कैप्चर्ड, यूटिलाइज्ड, ended up to a good thing to me. So one of the good things was Project X, a company, a startup, which right now is in YC, Y Combinator, US. So I started with them, with the founder. So I worked with him for 4.5 years. The co-founders changed and I was with the founders stick around the company.
Okay, nice.
So those a few calls on that things कि यार it's unpaid, but I'm doing this. I'm in the final year, I'm still doing it. You have to be very much patient on these things. I capitalized luckily. So कुछ चीजें हो गई अच्छी, so I got a lot of understanding. That's how it all started कि यार कोई और नहीं कर रहा तो क्या, I have basic understanding, I have good connections, I have good communication, I believe I can try it out for sure. And before doing this, I had a startup which someone else actually took it out from me, who actually pitched in front of a large audience. So that's a whole
उसके बारे में बात करना चाहेगा भी?
nahi, बिल्कुल नहीं. So that is a whole sad story though. When I was in Sweden, I got to know कि someone else took the idea, like who actually pitched in front of a large audience, that I'd love to join him. Like that guy was having some gym idea, so he posted up in a way that I'd love to join him with his idea. And when I came back to Sweden, I got an offer from a person from Chandigarh as well. She wants to invest and she wants to grab some equity. But I was like, bachpana bolo ya jo bolo, she was asking for some high equity. I denied. So then I went to Sweden, and later I got to know that the other person who asked me if he can join me, he used some of my own people, like who worked with me,
right.
and he built up the same company in his own way. But जो भी है, बड़ा फिर भी नहीं बना. So I'm like, धोखेबाजी से करने की चीजें ऐसे नहीं बनती.
नहीं, this is something which even I felt. मैंने कई चीजें जैसे स्टार्ट करी हैं, और उसमें I think similar sort of चीज हुई है. You can copy the idea.
Yes.
But जब आप उस पे एक्चुअली
implementation,
वो पैशन होना जरूरी है, क्योंकि आप तब डेप्थ समझ पाओगे, तब आप
yes,
सिचुएशंस को हैंडल कर पाओगे. तो कॉपी करना इजी है, मेंटेन करना मुश्किल है.
Yes, that is one of the very basic things कि लोगों को समझ नहीं आता कि यार आइडिया अच्छा लगा कर लेते हैं, बट इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे करना है वो नहीं पता.
ट्रू. If I'll talk you as a founder, what do you think कि something that changed in you when you started this, yeah, when you planned for this Daily Organics?
So earlier I just used to have Starbucks. Now I used to have different quality brands, so that's true. Earlier it was only about Starbucks hai, chai, like good quality is premium, but it's more about now I'm trying to getting it. It's not only about pricing premiumness, it's also should be transparent product quality premiumness that should come to us.
But इससे मेरे को एक चीज याद आई है. उस दिन we were ordering ये eggs वगैरह कुछ, and you specifically talked about कि किस टाइप. मेरे को वो चीज समझनी है कि ये क्यों हुआ. मतलब आई अंडरस्टैंड तू बीमार हुआ था, उसके बाद तो ऑर्गेनिक साइड पे चला गया, बट इतना डेप्थ क्यों कि अंडा कहाँ से आया है मेरे सामने निकाल दो, ऐसा क्यों? मेरे को वो समझना है.
Sure, for people, if you can just give them a brief, what exactly were you talking about, so they can.
So the thing is कि मैं और अनिर्बन बेसिकली कैफेटेरिया में थे, एंड वी वो ऑर्डरिंग हाफ फ्राई या ऐसा कुछ, एंड मैंने तो जाके नॉर्मल ऑर्डर कर दिया, एंड व्हेन ही वेंट देयर ही सेड कि अंडा किस टाइप का है या क्या है.
हाँ, अंडा कौन सा है ये बताओ.
हाँ, एंड आई वाज ब्लैंक कि अंडा कौन सा है. जहां तक मेरे को पता है, मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है मुर्गी का अंडा है. तो ये चीज मेरे को समझा कि क्यों.
So again, if you talk about market में जो अंडा मिलता है, because you take it in a traumatized way, you take it in a, okay, so this thing can be taken in two aspects. One, traumatized, and one is यार ये पागल है. ये क्या हुआ?
मेरे लिए सेकंड वाला था.
वो समझ आता है. So again, I believe वो जो टाइम था 2-3, पहला 6 months, because again 6 months के बाद you can't have everything, all spices all together suddenly. You have to take a 1 year of break, जिसमें you can't have too much of spices. light ही खाना है.
I went to the same thing. हाँ, तो I know.
So experience are actually there.
So
I was like, मेरे को चाहिए ही नहीं. I even don't eat prefer non-vegetarian nowadays. I'm not because I'm Bengali. घर जाता तो बनता है, वो अलग बात है. I can't do anything on that. But I don't prefer eggs or chicken. So when I like to have egg, is like because of protein is a separate thing, and calcium is there. I believe a few more things. But मैं जब egg लेता हूँ, I try to have it the premium one, जो कि देसी हो, no additives, no added things, free feed and things. और जब हम बाहर खाते हैं तो it's more towards the normal जो सबसे सस्ता वाला आता है, right? So I believe मैं fertilized non fertilized की बात नहीं कर रहा यहाँ. More towards injected,
हाँ,
pesticides and stuff.
अंडरस्टूड.
So I am more like यार ये नहीं चाहिए मुझे, उससे अच्छा ना खाऊं ज्यादा
तो
बेटर.
इस रीजन से तो तेरा यार आई गेस हर चीज को लेकर होगा,
हाँ है,
चाहे वो दूध हो,
है,
पानी हो, हर चीज.
है.
ओके ओके.
I don't try to have. I mentioned you last night on call. I wanted to have tea. I was very
हाँ,
traumatized.
राइट.
Like I wanted to have tea because I was working for the whole night. So I slept today afternoon at 1:30 because I was working for the whole night and the whole morning with a lot of brands. People have a lot of schedules tomorrow as well. So मुझे चाय चाहिए थी. अब मुझे कॉफी पीने का मन नहीं था. अब चाय चाहिए थी तो मैं दूध मंगा सकता हूँ, सबसे बेस्ट ऑप्शन. अब जेप्टो पे जहाँ पे मैं रहता हूँ, जेप्टो का ज्यादातर खराब दूध आता है, दही खराब आता था. मैं यार फिर खराब आएगी,
तू
फिर
ब्रांड्स
पैसा
के
भी
नाम
दो.
मत ले यार, तू
नहीं,
बंद
सब-
करवाएगा. हाँ बट
Okay, so again, though yeah, they have this thing to replace or refund money. मेरे को वो झंझट में नहीं जाना कि यार पहले मंगा रहा हूँ फिर रिफंड ले रहा हूँ. तो अभी तो मुझे नमकीन आया था अंदर जो रिफंड करने पे आया
हल्दीराम
था,
का.
नहीं एक दूसरे ब्रांड का. तो
थैंक यू.
so जो बंदा डिलीवरी करने आया, he was like, मैं बोला भैया ये भी खराब है, बाहर से पैकेजिंग देख लो समझ जाओगे. He was like भैया फिर से करा लेना. हम like यही काम बचा है मेरे पास.
हाँ हाँ, ये हुआ है मेरे साथ भी यार, एंड इट इज फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग.
ये काम बचा है क्या? मैं स्नैक्स मंगा रहा हूँ वर्किंग टाइम पे, मेरे को काम करना है. आई डोंट हैव द टाइम टू गिव अ शिट कि भाई मैं रिप्लेस करूं, पैसा रिफंड लो. मंगा रहा हूँ तो खाने के लिए मंगा रहा हूँ.
हाँ हाँ.
सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट. आई वाज लाइक यार ठीक है ऑनलाइन मंगा ले रहा हूँ चाय. देन आई वाज आल्सो हैविंग अ सेकंड थॉट कि यार इतना खर्चा कर रहा हूँ जोमेटो पे ऑलरेडी, चाय के लिए 150 रुपए कौन देता है, वो भी 2 कप छोटी वाली, इवन स्मॉलर
Smaller
कप
than
देन दिस. सो आई वाज लाइक यार कोई नहीं, खा मंगा लेते हैं. सो आई लाइक दैट वेरी मच. बट एट द एंड व्हाट आई डिड वाज रिप्लेसिंग अ 30 रुपीस पैकेट. इवन हाफ ऑफ दैट 30 रुपीस का जो पैकेट आता है, इट्स 500 ml और 450 ml, मुझे 250 ml का मिल रहा है विद 150. कितना
Okay.
x 5x of the price. I'm still ordering it. I want to have specific tea. I'll pay it. I can afford it. I'll pay it.
बट
That's
मैं
the thing.
अगर इसी चीज को ऑर्गेनिक्स में लेकर आऊं,
Mhm.
ठीक है, आई हैव ऑब्जर्व दिस एज ऑफ नाउ इन मार्केट. डू यू थिंक कि डेली ऑर्गेनिक्स उस चीज को चेंज करेगा? दैट इज कि जब हम कोई नॉर्मल चीज बाय कर रहे हैं, इंजेक्टेड और ये सारी चीजों वाली, तो वो हमेशा रीजनेबल कॉस्ट पे आती है, एंड व्हेन वी गो फॉर समथिंग ऑर्गेनिक, वो हमेशा प्राइस स्पाइक कर जाता है, बहुत ऊपर जाता है.
So
तो
there are a lot of perspectives of people on this. People might have things here. मैं अगर replace कर रहा हूँ, I want to completely replace it. Like 100%, I will never ever have food like other things. But there are also perspectives here. I'll try to replace most of the possible things. Most of the possible things. यार
Okay.
जितना extent तक हो जाए, because people are there who are walking outside without their family. They have to adjust. There's a term adjust, right? So adjust का मतलब क्या होता है? Try to optimize the most possible things. थोड़ा बहुत नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है. वो करने जाएंगे तो बाकी सब डूब जाएगा. You are not working in Google कि आपको 100% वो मिलेगा. Though you work, but yes. तो
पर्सनल होता है. ओके, बट आई गेट इट.
So that is the thing. So the other perspective is you'll try to replace most of it, but not all, because it's not in the budget. It's not possible to have everything done within the same period of time. It's
Okay.
a slow process of changing as well.
बट अगर मैं बात करूं स्पेसिफिक इंडियन मार्केट की, राइट, तो हाउ डू यू थिंक, क्योंकि आई थिंक कि यहाँ पर हम हर तरीके की मार्केट को केटर कर रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट एनी स्पेसिफिक मार्केट की हम हाई क्लास लोगों के पास ही जा रहे हैं, या
No,
जो
not
ज़्यादा
only high
हमारा-
class. Again, so we are particularly targeting middle class, upper middle class, upper class, and again upper class.
Right.
The proper rich
Understood.
people. If we talk about lower middle class, people earning less than 10 lakhs and they have a 3-member family, right? So साल में 3 लोग हैं घर में और 10 लाख के नीचे की इनकम है. I don't think they would be very much happy to pay or again uplift their normal lives, because that is a problem and that is understandable.
Makes sense.
So every product, everything you are launching, anything you are doing it, any of the category you are trying to build up, there are particular audiences. So I believe it can't be solved for everyone. And again, organic, clean is thoda sa premium. We have to really believe on that.
But do you think कि in a longer run वो मार्केट भी हम केटर कर सकते हैं.
Unless you don't uplift the lower class, lower middle class, unless you don't uplift, जब तक आप उनका standard नहीं बढ़ाओगे, it can't happen. You
Okay.
have to increase the wage, you have to increase the standard of people. People also need to understand. A lot of depends on finances, right?
Understood. ठीक है. हाँ, makes sense. अब एज अ फाउंडर, क्योंकि आई हैव सीन यू मल्टीपल मीटिंग्स वगैरह में, और यू नो ऐसे स्टार्टअप ये में, या व्हेन यू आर बिल्डिंग समथिंग, यू गेट एन नंबर ऑफ रिजेक्शंस.
Yeah.
तो वाज देयर एनी पॉइंट जहां पर ये हुआ कि यार मैं किस भसड़ में पड़ गया हूँ एंड आई शुड स्टॉप दिस?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, कभी ऐसा लगा नहीं कि प्रॉब्लम में फंस गया हूँ. And it's like यार थोड़ा जल्दी हो जाए, let's just crack it out. So that is the thing कि यार founders always want, again, being a founder, a real founder, and so-called founder is different thing. If you just try to be a founder, try to build up, and you just lose out of it and like, okay, chodo yaar, that's not the true founder quality. Yeah, foundership needs years of commitment, dedication, a lot of things you need to drop out of.
बट व्हाट डू यू थिंक दैट कीप्स यू रनिंग? क्योंकि ब्रेकिंग पॉइंट तो हर किसी का आता है.
My whole life till now is in such a way. You talk about switching from Sikkim to Chhattisgarh, 2 year in my father's school, 2 years alone in hostel, like kind of hostel in my 11, 12, then COVID. Then I went to college to from Sikkim, Chhattisgarh, from Bengal to Punjab, then to Sweden. So Sweden was all alone. My first international trip, I managed everything all alone. Okay.
Okay.
It was all like I need to give credits to family. I said family, अब कुछ भी बोलो, family में हर चीज का credit जाएगा ही जाएगा. You say it or not, because that is one of the things, right? Unless you don't get the openness or access from your family कि यार yeah, go and do it alone, तब तक आप कुछ करोगे नहीं, right? आप करोगे भी तो there are a lot of parents who want कि यार नहीं, parents करे, you can't do it alone. So you need to get that push from your family as well. So I got everything from that, like from them कि यार कर ले. So I did it alone. So I believe वो जो चीज थी कि अकेले करना, not having a pause or stop, not getting 2 or 3 steps backward. One step backward is good to have a jump, but not having 2, 3 steps backward. So that is something. Even I take breaks sometimes when I get too much of that, I take long sleeps. That is a one step back. Yeah, ठीक है.
Right.
Let the work be paused for a day or two, but I'll take a longer jump after this pause. So yeah.
देख, तो ढीठ तो है. ढीठ तो तू है.
हाँ, वो तो
I have seen
बचपन
that.
से हो.
I have seen that. But इन्हीं चीजों में कभी सेल्फ डाउट आया है? क्योंकि the thing that you are doing, it is going to change many things. ठीक है, going forward. तो do you think कि कभी सेल्फ डाउट आया है खुद पे?
सेल्फ डाउट तो कभी नहीं आया, बट हाँ ये चीज आया है क्योंकि द मार्केट वी आर ट्राइंग टू गेट इन इज अ लाइक हार्डकोर heavy investment marketplace, right? You have to flush a lot of funds, right? So भले मुझे खुद पे डाउट नहीं आता, बट इट्स लाइक यार पैसे कहाँ से आएंगे? That is one of the things you have to work with. But I am very much happy I have people who are working with me even right now, right? So yeah, that's a good thing
एक
to me.
चीज मैं समझना चाहता हूँ, एंड आई थिंक मैं ये चाहता हूँ, जो लोग एक नया स्टार्टअप रन करना चाहते हैं या कुछ विजन रखते हैं तेरी तरह, एंड वी डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है. तो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज, क्योंकि आई फील कि कॉन्टैक्ट बहुत मेजर रोल प्ले करता है.
नहीं,
तो क्या प्ले करता है?
it's your motivation, intent to do things.
After that, मतलब obviously you have a vision. I'm talking about the visionary people.
Contacts. Okay, I come from my father right now is a principal. He was a teacher.
नहीं, I'm not talking about the family's contact.
Even I don't have a background. How can I have the contacts? It's all about your intent. You have to create contacts.
So what I meant is, let me rephrase that. So what I have seen कि you know how to squeeze in.
How do you think that comes?
वही मैं जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि
That
वो
comes
चीज,
with your intent.
अंडरस्टूड. तो
Yeah.
वो चीज अगर कोई है जो मतलब जिसका इंटेंशन है, सब कुछ है, सो व्हाट दे शुड डू कि वो स्क्वीज इन कर पाए, या वो चीज तेरे को कहीं से तूने सीखी, किसी काम से सीखी, वो चीज तूने कैसे सीखी है? मैं वो चीज समझना चाह रहा हूँ.
I mentioned in the very beginning I worked with a startup named Project X.
करेक्ट.
So I left it, not officially left it, but I didn't add up much since December last year. So because I was working full time on this, yeah. So they got viral after 4.5 years of heavy
Okay.
dedication. So for the 4.5 years, like 4 years I was working with them. When I left, they just got viral. So I had a
क्या तुम
lot of
मनोज
stake.
था?
Nahi,
बोला
nahi,
नहीं.
nahi. It was again
Okay.
the time I left, they were already into US
हाँ हाँ
multiple
हाँ.
times. So that was there. So sorry, I'm giving you an explanation of being Manoj. Sorry. So
Right. मनोज साले.
so
So
yeah, so they got viral. They got into IC. I can anytime just wanted to get in with them. I can get in because the time they had dealt with the most of the problems. I was with them. I believe वो जो time था जो I worked most of the time 90% 70% of the time unpaid
hmm.
with zero money.
Hmm.
That was my choice, obviously, right? No one was pushing me to do
Right.
it for
हाँ
free.
हाँ.
So वो जो dedication होती है ना यार 3 साढ़े 3 साल unpaid काम करना, do you really think it's anywhere in the people's mind right now? You go to
मैं
a
तो
first year
illogical
second
बोलूंगा भाई.
first year exactly. So that dedication of mine, I believe यार ठीक है सीखने मिल रहा है. I was building connections. Thing you mentioned कैसे connections build किए.
Right.
I
Different.
was I feel मैंने जो वो पैसे को replace किया connections the time I was learning with people and the founder himself. I built it all there and I started daily organics from there itself, I believe. क्योंकि वो जो learnings थी, वो जो outcomes थे, and I have an advisor who was the co-founder of Daily Project X. He's an advisor of ours. So those kind of connections he added up to me with the people, a lot of people I reached out to. I got to know that he is a great from friend of those senior people. He was like, अच्छा तू बात कर ले, मेरा नाम बता देना, it will be resolved. मैंने उनसे बात की, फिर इन दोनों ने आपस में बात की, इन्होंने मेरा मीटिंग अलाइन कर दिया. So again,
पाथ बनता चला गया.
yes, so that is one of the very basic thing. You can't say a no anytime. You're getting an opportunity. You can't compare opportunity with price, finance, your health. You can't compare opportunity with anything. Opportunity is opportunity. So when I said कि मेरे पास टाइम में चीजें आती रही, सबके पास आती हैं. It's just about acceptance, who is accepting it or not.
Makes sense. Okay. बट इस चीज में मेरे को एक चीज और समझनी है कि कभी ये चीज तेरे पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप में इम्पैक्ट करी है.
Personal relationship में impact करी है.
Maybe
Okay.
like with your family, friends, not
Mhm.
love वाला angle, but
Mhm.
किसी भी टाइप के रिलेशनशिप में ये चीज इम्पैक्ट करी है.
I believe yes.
And how?
Okay, so do you really think you say that you are busy right now, occupied? So your parents won't ask
देख
you
मैं
where
तो
you
बहुत
occupied.
गालियां खाता हूँ तो
So yes, obviously, if you say you're working with someone, so they will be saying यार ठीक है अभी कर रहा है, अगले महीने भी सेम बोलोगे, थर्ड मंथ भी सेम बोलोगे, फोर्थ मंथ भी सेम बोलोगे, the last यार पैसा कितना दे रहे, right? You have to answer them कि यार they paid for your education, right? And you are working for free. Why are you working for free?
नहीं.
So that is there how you are going to convince them, how you're going to make them understand the value of when I went to Sweden, how that how did that impacted on everything I'm right now, right? So you have to make a meaning out of everything you're doing, and that's there. You just have to know it.
मेक सेंस. मतलब मैं ये जानता हूँ कि यार मेरे को ये सब करना पड़ता है, मेरे को बहुत गालियां पड़ती हैं दोस्तों से. एंड एट द एंड यू डोंट हैव द ऑप्शन, क्योंकि या तो आप वो दोस्ती रख लो या फिर आप अपना गोल रख लो. वो कहीं ना कहीं चीज है. तो आई थिंक तेरा सर्कल अपने आप छोटा हो गया होगा बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस.
थोड़े बहुत होते हैं, बट व्हाट आई फेल्ट वाज कुछ सर्कल्स छोटे होते हैं जिनमें सामने वाला बंदा नहीं जाता, ठीक है. दे अंडरस्टैंड, सो दे स्टे. सो दैट्स नॉट समथिंग यू फील कि तुम्हारा सर्कल छोटा हो रहा है, बिकॉज दे आर देयर इन योर टफ टाइम, दे विल बी देयर.
ट्रू.
बट व्हेन इट्स लाइक छोटा हो रहेगा मतलब दे आर गायब completely, not even asking, not even
दे आर नॉट
wishing.
योर पीपल.
Yeah, so let them go.
राइट राइट राइट. नहीं,
Just be
true.
with your flow. You are doing something good. Great for you. Being early into 20s, like 21, 22, 23, 24 as well, even if you are not earning like so much to give a lot to your parents, I believe that's very much fine. Because in the 25, 26, 27, you will be having so much of growth out of what you build up in your early 20s, no one will be able to match that, right? Because 25 के बाद कोई ये नहीं सोचने वाला कि यार चलो एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, अनलेस उनके पास
भाई,
करोड़ों का पैसा ना बैठे.
hopefully I'll be touching 30 थोड़े टाइम में, मतलब
Yeah.
hopefully I will be touching 30.
I believe you have done a
मैं-
lot. You have a safe hand now at least. So
I still say, मतलब जो मेरे को अचीव करना है तो बहुत है, अभी बहुत दूर है.
वो तो जितना करो उतना कम.
हाँ, तो वो भी बहुत दूर है.
In a positive note, obviously.
हाँ, true. Okay. So ठीक है, तूने जैसे इम्पैक्ट का बताया, बट अगर मैं स्पेसिफिकली बात करूं फैमिली रिलेशनशिप की विद योर पेरेंट्स, राइट, उस पे कभी इम्पैक्ट आया कि तेरे को वहां पे होना चाहिए था बट बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन कमिटमेंट्स तू वहां पे नहीं हो पाया, या उन चीजों से तू कैसे डील करता है?
See, it can't be like you can be everywhere at the same time.
Obviously.
Even if you feel you are not building into a startup, you are into your office. Do you really think every office will allow you to take leave to be with your family every time? Don't, right? Not every time.
Makes sense.
Sometimes it don't be. So better don't compare it with things. Just continue with the flow, with the understanding you are building up. That is something I am doing it. Not
Okay.
comparing it with anything else.
So if I'll talk about your vision, okay, so what do you think, where do you see yourself, or you know, this brand, again it's not a brand, but where do you see Daily Organics in next, let's say, 5 years?
I believe इंडियन इंडिजिनियस जो ब्रांड्स हैं, जितने फैमिली स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, हस्बैंड वाइफ, लेडीज, FPOs हो गए, फार्मर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, there are a lot of people who are starting it as a business कि I'm doing a good clean brand, but I don't have the funds to market it around, like लाखों अरबों रुपए नहीं है मेरे पास. I can put small funds, so it's a big place for those kind of brands to be in a true place. So I want it to be a like go-to grocery store first, not only in food, but we will be also launching on skincare later. So, but yeah,
Okay.
it should be the clean category, transparent category that we are promoting towards, other than organics, obviously.
Okay. ठीक है.
It should be easy access.
But do you think, जैसे I have seen the shift in recent years कि लोग अब अपनी हेल्थ पे ध्यान रखने लगे हैं, मे बी फिटनेस हो या यू नो जिस तरीके की हम चीजें खा रहे हैं. सो डू यू थिंक कि ये चीज और हेल्प करेगी लोगों को अडेप्ट करने में?
Yes, that's why we are actually working on it.
I understand, मतलब it will कहीं ना कहीं, but how?
See, anyone is moving towards a clean category unless if they get to know that something like this is there, where they can find a lot of brands where they can get a trust on. They like to stick to that place. People are still in Amazon. Why? Because they know Amazon is the place जहाँ पे उनको मिल जाएगा, even if they are not able to get it in any other place. Zepto भी मिलता है, quick delivery, but Zepto is more towards things you need in a quick hand. Like if you need a lipstick, quick one, very much quick one. But if you are looking forward कि यार 1 महीने बाद शादी है, I particularly am looking for this brand, will you still look to Zepto or Amazon? Right, it's a brand. You'll get a better pricing, you'll get a convenience, better quality. Amazon is there, so yeah, I believe price.
Okay.
बहुत सारा revenue कम हुआ है Amazon का, but still Amazon is a different segment, Zepto is a different segment. So that's there.
But interconnected somehow.
Yeah, interconnected. All
Right.
the marketplaces. but
Right.
Segments जो cater करते हैं वो अलग है.
Okay. तो मैं लास्ट का एक चीज पूछना चाहता हूँ, उसके बाद हम रैपिड फायर राउंड पे जाएंगे, ठीक है? तो लेट्स से अगर कोई देख रहा है, यू नो, टू स्टार्ट अप समथिंग लाइक जो तू कर रहा है अलग से, या यू नो कोई उसका विजन है या कुछ भी स्टार्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, तू एक एडवाइस क्या देना चाहेगा?
Just stick to things.
How?
Just
क्योंकि there will be challenges, there will
yeah,
be things.
you have to be self-motivated anyhow.
So if
Or
there
you
is,
have to be around people who will keep you pushing.
right, and if there is anything जो जब जैसे तो तेरा डाउनफॉल है, या यू नो व्हेन यू आर एट योर बॉटम, लेट्स से, व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ जो तेरे को हेल्प करता है वापस खड़े होने पे, या व्हाट कीप्स यू रनिंग एवरी सिंगल डे?
Taking a quick break.
Okay.
Best thing, take a quick break, give your mind a good space to like relax.
Okay.
As
Okay.
soon as your body relax, your mind will get to relaxation. I believe everything jumps like back.
ठीक है. एंड तेरे लिए सक्सेस का मीनिंग क्या है? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अनिर्बन हियर.
Success,
Success.
doing good things, doing correct things, and being in a good place.
And if I add,
Enjoying good life, obviously.
okay, and if I add daily organics in it,
Said the same thing. Being in a good place, good people will be there. People utilizing it for the like most of the concept we wanted to implement. And yeah, FPO infrastructure that we want to build up, because anyways brands will be there, but the main thing is FPO infrastructure through which people get a better understanding how things are built up. Because again, हम कुछ खाते हैं, लोगों को समझ आता है कि यार ये खाना है, बट लोगों को सामने का दिखता है, they don't know how this has been grown from the back, right? So आप खाते हो, वो आपको 2-1.5 घंटे में खाना बन के खा लेते हो आप, बट वो जो प्रोडक्शन होती है ना खाने की, एग्रीकल्चर, इट टेक्स सीजन्स टू ग्रो फूड, राइट? ग्रो फूड, प्रोसेस एंड टू रीच टू योर होम. So you are just comparing 6 to 8 months of hard work to a 2.5 hours of just cooking and eating. So people
Okay.
need to understand this. Thoda sa more, the thing that you said na, ki how we are like mentioning this क्या बोलता है, pricing, 100 rupees of price with 250 or 300 of categorized same product, right? So it's also about how the production has been done. आप दवाई डाल के जो 8 महीने में बनता है उसको आप 1.5 महीने में 2 महीने में बना रहे हो, कुछ भी
करेक्ट, जो
करके.
हो रहा है, राइट.
हाँ,
हर जगह हो रहा है.
हाँ, आप कलर प्रोसेस करके बना दे रहे हो, राइट? जो रहना चाहिए 3-4 महीने के लिए और वो रह रहा है 1-2 साल के लिए, फ्रूट जैम्स and a lot of other things. So those things should be like, again, pricing is there. It is costing you less for some particular reason, right?
मेक सेंस.
Yeah.
ओके, सो अब रैपिड फायर राउंड पे है, जहाँ पे मैं तेरे से ऊट पटांग चीजें पूछूंगा एंड यू हैव टू आंसर क्विकली. ओके,
ठीक है,
शॉर्ट में एंड जल्दी.
ठीक है.
तो अगर लेट्स से डेली ऑर्गेनिक एक इंसान होता तो उसका एटीट्यूड क्या होता?
ऑर्गेनिक.
other than that, other than that,
थोड़ा premiumness. The thing, as I
Okay.
said, moving ahead from Starbucks to understanding what real good food, what quality products are, to shifting a 300 price same product to a 250, 280, 300 same price product, but with a better quality of the product.
ओके.
Right. So that is something.
एंड तू अपने आप को किस तरीके से डिफाइन करेगा, एज अ फाउंडर या एज अ ओवरथिंकर?
Overthinker, because every founder is an overthinker.
ओके.
Yeah. If you are unless you're not an overthinker, you can't be a founder.
ओके, एंड नाउ दैट यू आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स सक्सेस, यू नो, तो सबसे वियर्ड कॉम्प्लीमेंट अभी तक क्या मिला है तेरे को?
Weird
कॉम्प्लीमेंट.
compliment weird, I'm not sure वैसा कुछ weird compliment मिला है. Like, I'm in a good place, I believe people say, so like that's a good like compliment, but weird compliment.
ओके. ओके, तो अगर मैं बात करूं,
I'm not in a place to yeah, I don't have that much connects with girls right now, so I believe वो
अच्छा,
weird commitment
okay.
नहीं आया है. I don't want to have that right
I
now.
got you back.
in a good space already, so that's fine.
नहीं नहीं, इट्स गुड, इट्स गुड यार, मतलब योर फोकस तो बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी बात है. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट प्रॉफिट, ज्यादा एक्साइट करता है या कोई मेरे ऐसे का कमेंट आ जाए कि क्या ही बना दिया भाई? वो प्रोडक्ट, वो चीज तेरे को,
वो तो दो तरीके से जा सकती है, क्या ही बना दिया भाई.
नहीं, बट आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड तेरे ऑर्गेनिक तरीके से. हाउ डू यू थिंक?
What was the first thing you mentioned?
कि तेरे को प्रॉफिट ज्यादा एक्साइट करता है
नहीं,
या
क्या ही बना दिया भाई बोली.
उसमें किक है?
वो ज्यादा अच्छा रहा है, like with a better tone at least.
ओके, राइट. एंड कभी ऐसा लगा है कि तू किसी क्लाइंट को, मतलब एक नासा प्रोजेक्ट समझा रहा है कि तू कितना ही समझाया जा रहा है उनको समझ नहीं आ रहा है?
Yeah. So I've actually pitched it to an like university, to NIT. So the investors actually were like listening to it. They complimented well enough, but one of the investors like, यार तुम्हें पता है, तुम एक जमीन पे ऑर्गेनिक प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो और दूसरे जमीन पे ऑर्गेनिक नहीं करोगे तो the things, the chemicals will go ahead to the other soil, and like it makes sense, soil to soil, रेन आया तो आ गया, ठीक है. Then I'm like, भाई तुमने पूरी पिच सुनी? तुमने
I
पूरी
already
पिच
covered
सुनी?
that.
नहीं, it's not only about organic. If this is the point, दुनिया में कहीं भी ऑर्गेनिक नहीं हो सकता. Can't be
Correct.
like कि पूरी जमीन में सिर्फ ऑर्गेनिक है, फिर हमने 5 किलोमीटर का रोड बना दिया, फिर इनऑर्गेनिक है. ऐसा तो होगा नहीं, ठीक है. So
गांजा भी तो केमिकल का फूक ही रहे हैं. It's okay.
नहीं, and after 2 days I got a notification from university guy that the same investor who said this thing, he liked the pitch and he wanted to connect to me. And I'm like, were you playing that
ये
day?
चीज मेरे को भी ट्रिगर करती है कई बार कि जब समझ आ रहा था.
नहीं, वो समझ आ रहा था. He might was trying to like, okay, so I'll just leave that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So अगर let's say अभी तो कोई कॉम्पिटिटर नहीं है, आगे जाके जब कॉम्पिटिटर होंगे डीजी ऑर्गेनिक्स के और तेरे को सीईओ बना दे कॉम्पिटिटर्स के, तो सबसे पहले क्या सैबोटाज करेगा?
मैं करूंगा सिंपल थिंग, मूव विथ योर कैटेगरी.
आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सैबोटाजिंग समथिंग.
नहीं, मैं वैसा नहीं करना चाहूंगा.
अच्छा तो शरीफ.
लेट इट बी.
ओके ओके. और कभी ये फीलिंग आई है कि सब छोड़ के हिमालय पे चला जाना चाहिए, त्याग दूं मैं सारी चीजें?
वो तो बहुत नेचुरल है सबके लिए.
नहीं, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द कॉर्पोरेट गाइस. वहां समझ आता है कि
founders are, when you talk about me, I'm not sure about me, but like founders, being real founders, are very much क्या बोलते हैं, like they don't get irritated this easy कि यार छोड़ के हिमालय चल जाए या कुछ.
बेशरम.
They are besharam. I think you know, the weirdest thing I did once early in my career was a group of people came from Japan. They were having their KFC as in lunch, and I was like, कि इनके पास जाके pitch करूं. And because I was looking for a job, I came up for an interview. Like I just wanted to pitch them. I just wanted to try out this shit that usually people do कि यार चलो कर लेते हैं prank या whatever. And I just went out to them and they were like, the other Indian guy was like, no, they're having lunch, go away. Like, okay.
हाँ ये होता है. I remember ये जो बेशरम वाली जो चीज थी, मतलब
You need to be Vaishnav.
हाँ, इनफैक्ट यू नो आई वाज राइटिंग माय थर्ड बुक वाला चीज, तो उस टाइम पे ना आई केम अप विद दिस लाइक सम स्टेटमेंट कि इफ यू आर बेशरम देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू अचीव समथिंग इन योर लाइफ. क्योंकि होना पड़ता है डीट.
If you have some plans to go big with anything else you want to do, you have to be Vaishnav. Nothing can be achieved without that.
Right. And I have known you for like months now. maybe
Yes,
कुछ महीने.
not even a month, I believe.
Not even
We started in 23rd and this is 21st
not even a
midnight.
month, right. So yes. So
22nd.
इतना तो मैं समझ गया हूँ कि तेरे मतलब जब हम कोई बात करते हैं there is some a new business idea, right?
Yes, very true.
तो तेरे साथ इज इट लाइक लेट नाइट हंगर या हमेशा लेट नाइट बिजनेस आइडियाज?
Hunger, bro.
अच्छा
Very
मैं
serious.
शॉक्ड हूँ इस चीज में.
Very serious hunger. You
Okay.
might have like I told you about that chai thing, right? So anything else?
Okay.
Late night hunger is like the supreme thing for me.
Okay. और लाइक आई हैव सीन, जैसे जब भी हम कुछ नया स्टार्ट करते हैं वो बैक टू बैक यू नो चीजें आती हैं, स्ट्रगल जो हम बोलते हैं, स्ट्रगल फेज. तो उसमें ये रहा है कि मैं क्या ही कर रहा हूँ अपनी लाइफ के साथ और मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ ये अपने साथ.
I never.
But why?
I believe this is
Like-
a good angle of a founder to stick. Besharam बोलता है ना, you mentioned. Besharam is not only about going and asking anything to people. It's also should be like क्या ही कर रहा हूँ, क्यों क्या ही कर रहा हूँ भाई, अच्छा कर रहा हूँ. It's fine.
एंड मैं तेरा खुद का पर्सपेक्टिव अपने बारे में जानना चाहता हूँ, मतलब फॉर यू,
हाँ.
कि तू डेट पे ज्यादा इंप्रेस करता है या बिजनेस के आइडिया को पिच करते हुए?
बिजनेस के आइडिया को पिच करते हुए.
No.
Anyways, no.
Okay. Other
I
than
haven't
no.
been to.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
So if I talk about work लाइफ बैलेंस,
Hmm.
ये फैक्ट है या मिथ है तेरे हिसाब से?
Early in the career, it's a myth.
Okay.
When you are 30s, I believe it's true. You need to have some space.
Or okay, and
Because it's also about how much you are learning, right? The more
makes
you work
sense.
in the early, you'll learn, connect more. So it shouldn't be like यार इतना नहीं करूंगा इतना नहीं करूंगा
Yeah,
यार
I
इतना नहीं करूंगा
remember
इतना ही करना है
मैं
so
early days में कुत्ता
salary
बनाऊं.
salary भी इतना ही रखो.
हाँ.
So it should be like you have to dedicate a lot of time, your time. So you shouldn't count anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
तो आई थिंक जैसे तू बैक एंड फोर्थ बैक टू बैक बात करता रहता है नए नए लोगों से, कभी ऐसा मिला जो चेप हो गया हो बिल्कुल और तू
Yes.
इग्नोर कर रहा है?
Recently.
ओके.
So I was in an event in Taj, Delhi, New Delhi. So वहाँ पे एक बंदा आया
वो
था.
केक वाला था, केक वाली डिस्कशन था, पता नहीं कहाँ वी हैड समथिंग, बट हाँ.
So
You
no,
have the Taj,
it
right?
was particularly about a guy. He was not doing any business, but yeah, he was kind of a co-founder, not even a co-founder. So what he was doing was he was supplying makhana and trying to implement some new business on his friend's business. So उसको मैंने अपने फ्रेंड का बिजनेस बताया and he was like so stuck कि भाई मेरे को भी बता प्राइस बता if I can get in better price. And he got stuck so much कि वो अगले पूरे हफ्ते तक मेरे को टेक्स्ट करता रहा. Like
Okay.
again, because I don't have a timing particularly to sleep कि भाई रात को सो रहा हूँ या सुबह सो रहा हूँ. He don't knows my timing and he calls me, texts me. I'm like भाई. एक के बाद मैंने I just
मेरे पास तो
muted him.
इंसिडेंट भरे हैं भाई ऐसे वाले में.
Yo,
It was
Insta
on
na,
me.
he was trying to call me and like text me over WhatsApp, and this is the very primary thing. I don't like to reject calls particularly.
And
If
with
I'm-
me, suppose it, मतलब मैं कॉल्स अटेंड ही नहीं करता हूँ unless I don't know the person. कुछ भी हो रहा हो मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, just text me first. I think वो ज्यादा बेटर है.
Makes sense, yes, in a way, for sure.
Okay. And अगर क्योंकि I have this tag तेरी स्टोरी समझ के, बट
Mhm.
अगर तेरी लाइफ पे एक मूवी बनाई जाए आगे, तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक वो किस
अभी तो
मूवी से
नहीं.
कनेक्ट होती है आगे
अभी
जाके? आई एम सेइंग आगे जाके तो किस चीज से कनेक्ट कर सकती है?
कौन से मूवी के
Like,
साथ
if I
कनेक्ट
talk
कर
about-
सकती
हाँ
है?
हाँ हाँ.
कौन से मूवी के साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं? I don't think ऐसी कोई मूवी बनी है.
भाई मेरे को तो लगता है स्वदेश.
स्वदेश नहीं. I
भाई
don't
मेरे को
think
लगता है
so.
तू आया
अरे
मिट्टी
यार.
में घुस गया, माना तो पानी नहीं निकाल रहा है, सब्जियां निकाल रहा है, तो मेक सेंस वो भी. ठीक है. नाउ अबाउट दिस थिंग जो हम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, अदर देन डेली ऑर्गेनिक्स, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट ये जहाँ पे हम इंटरव्यूज लेंगे लोगों के, या यू नो व्लॉगिंग, नॉट व्लॉगिंग बट बेसिकली हम इंटरव्यूज लेंगे लोगों के, या फिर हम पॉडकास्ट ऐसे और करेंगे. सो फॉर दिस रॉ सेगमेंट्स जो हमने रखा है ना, इसके लिए तेरा क्या विजन है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि हम क्या अचीव कर सकते हैं इससे?
So simply, what's the plan for Daily Organics is to create an eco. Yeah.
हाँ,
Coming
okay.
into that only. So what's the plan of Daily Organics is to create an ecosystem. Okay, so Indian indigenous businesses and FPOs and जो proper good quality products के कर रहे हैं. So again, as we are creating something like a zero marketing one, we need to make sure that how the people's stories are reaching out to consumers. जो
And
मैं
that
बोल
is
रहा
for
हूँ,
raw
that
segments.
is where the raw segments and through which we're going to promote it.
Okay, makes
Yes.
sense. So will it be like, what do you think? Will it be just for the business, or it will expand with time?
Expand in terms of like specifically.
Go in other sectors.
Yes, as mentioned, we will be moving forward for a skincare clean segment as well.
Okay, nice. Makes sense.
Not making a
Makeup नहीं
huge.
करवा रहा हूँ मैं.
नहीं, we are not we are not making huge thinking right now. Very much focused with two categories:
Step by step.
food and again, not right now with the skincare as well, but we have that because that is also a clean segment. Skincare, people wants to have clean aloe vera gel, rose water, very simple things. So that is something we'll be looking forward to, but not right away, but in a later stage for sure.
Thanks, भाई. भाग जाओ यहाँ से.
पानी पिला दो.
मजा आया.
ठीक है, थैंक यू देन.
हाँ, एक बार आप उस पे चेक कर कैसा आया.